Perfect timing, actually. Welcome to the Sunday cooking. Today I'm making some fresh tofu as well as some Korean chicken wings. Korean fried chicken, the other KFC. Okay, here's the first batch of soybean, soy milk. Perfect timing. It be just before 11 o'clock, so the first batch is done. The reason why I started this early because otherwise it would take a lot longer. Here is the device that I use to make soy milk. Okay. And here is, I want to strain the pulp from the milk. I make this every 2 weeks or so, and the batch is usually 2 cups of soybean soaked overnight. And so far, each time it's just 1 cup. Okay, you can see here. Here is the other cup of soybean that's soaked and wash. Okay, rinse. It's a little bit dirty, right? Whenever you soak it overnight, you see that the water is all brownish. Okay, so that's one. Now we dump in the other cup. The last time I make soy milk, I didn't show the whole process. So this time, if time allow, I will show the whole process. Okay. You can buy, if you need help on finding this device, you can just Google it. There's plenty of places that you can order. You can go to Amazon or many other websites that sell. Okay, so plug it in and I hit the bean. And what's gonna do is gonna boil the bean, and then the blade is gonna puree the bean to make the soy milk. Okay. So let's clean this up a little bit. While that is cooking, now a lot of people came up with all kind of recipe to use the remaining of the pulp after the milk is drained. You can still eat it. Okay, it tastes like I have cooked, trying to make people make crackers. They add like flour and salt and seasoning, and then they flatten it out into a sheet, and then they bake it in the oven. They make crackers. People has made bread out of the thing. So if you look online, Google it, you can see all kind of recipe. Okay, so there you go. I will push it down, squeeze every little bit of soy milk I can before I dump it in the trash. Now, this machine will run for about 15 minutes. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to run a batch. Okay, so we have time. There's no way to fit 2 cups of soybean in that machine. It will be too much. There's a limitation to how much you can put in there. Now, why do I make 2 cups of soy milk, 2 cups of soybean? When I make the tofu, what you will see, the block, okay, it take two. Here's the block, the mold, okay. Once again, you can also search online, but here's a mold that I will use to make the soybean. There you go. See, that's how it goes. Normally, I do put the mold over the sink with a strainer, but for the purpose of this video, I would try to do it over on top of the wok. I'm gonna use this, just like that. Okay, this is on my strainer. I put on top of the wok, so at least you can see it instead of like over at the sink. This, there you go. And then there's the cheesecloth. Either side, doesn't matter. After I do the tofu, I wash and rinse the cloth thoroughly. Okay. Now, when you're molding the tofu, if you watch a lot of YouTube video, you will see that some people put weight on top to press the tofu. I don't do it. I prefer my tofu to be softer, so I just let gravity does its job. And believe it or not, gravity will do a sufficient job to mold the tofu without a lot of weight pressing. Now, the difference between soft tofu to firm tofu is the amount of, hello, Patrick, the amount of liquid in it. So the firmer the tofu you want, the less water content you want inside. So you want to press it even, you want to press harder. Okay, you want to use more weight on top of the mold to press down in order to create a firmer tofu. So that's the bottom line. The firmer the tofu, the less water moisture content inside. Okay, but I prefer mine to be not too firm, so I don't even use the weight on top. I just leave it the way it is. Let gravity does its job to sink in. Okay, so this is sufficiently drained and pressed. Okay. Like I said, if you go back and watch the first part of the first 5 minutes, I explained things to do with this if you want to consume it in other way, but not me, not today. Now, Patrick, if you decide to make your own tofu, go for it. It's so easy. Once you learn the process of how to do it, and you need about half an hour, okay, of your time to do it, you will enjoy fresh tofu. Fresh tofu have a very different texture than the tofu you buy from the container in a store. It's just different. I'm not sure. I have tried multiple different methods with different coagulant agent, whether it's vinegar or lime juice or other things. I have tried many different things, and I never get the same result. That's the sound of the machines finally boil the soybean and start to spin. It will keep on. You will hear it going. Here is the soybean that I use. I buy the non-GMO soybean, gluten-free, 7-pound bags. Now, 7-pound bags will last a long time, okay? Because each time I make a batch of tofu, I use 2 cups, 2 dry cups of tofu, and soak it overnight. I lose count on how many batch of tofu I can make with 7-pound bags. 7-pound bags, I think. I remember this on any at Whole Food, many organic places sell them. So not hard to find as far as organic. I'm not an organic fanatic, but if you're gonna make fresh tofu at home, why not, right? That's the whole point. It's working. Um, we didn't have, um, how to say this, Lee Oriental shop here that sell organic beans. Hopefully they will sell a soybean milk maker. That's what you need. Okay, so you can this is not specifically tofu maker. It's a soy milk maker. So if you look online to find a device, and you don't have to do something that fancy. You can put a pot of hot water and boil the soybean, and then put it in a blender to make soy milk. Okay, that's all. Don't need a fancy machine like that. I like the fancy machine. Um, Last week we didn't have a cooking show because the family were in, at this moment, Sunday, we were in Duluth, Georgia. We went up there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we drove back Tuesday afternoon. Went up there. My wife, brother live in Alpharetta, Georgia, which is about half an hour or less drive away. The reason for Duluth is Koreatown. If you're not familiar with Korean food, or if you love Korean food and want to find a place that had a ton of Korean grocery store and food, everything Korean. It's Korean town. Okay, probably the biggest Korean town on the East Coast of the United States. That's my guess. It's huge. It's everything from banking to grocery store to restaurant, pastry, everything Korean. We went up there, eat a lot of Korean food, did a lot of did some shopping at the Korean grocery store. And one other thing that I always want to try is try to make Korean fried chicken. Okay, the other KFC, as I said it, and normally when it comes down to chicken wing, I prefer, I guess they call it naked chicken wing, no batter. I'm not a fan of batter. Okay, when it comes down to chicken wings, I'm not a fan of batter because it feels heavy, thicker. It's just not for me. Never a fan of batter. So I have fried chicken wings in that hot fryer forever. Okay, and I have always fried the wing, but today I will try it with the Korean methods. If you go on YouTube and watch tutorial, a different kind of methods, okay? But I want to try mine without egg, without any kind of wet agent. I'm gonna use, this is one of the things I bought at the Korean grocery store up in Duluth, is potato starch. So I'm gonna try it with some potato starch just to see. It's my first time giving a shot with frying chicken wings with a batter. Okay, but normally I prefer no coating whatsoever. So I'm gonna take 1 cup. I'm gonna put 1 cup of potato starch in the bag, zip up the bag, some salt, some garlic powder, and coat the chicken wing. I have let the wings sit out for a little bit, dry up. Okay, so let's see. Get my measuring thing. Get myself 1 cup of Let me turn on the deep fryer. Back it in. Let's see what I want. Little garlic powder, little salt. What else should I put in there? Not something I do normally. I don't do. Here we go. No, that's. Oh, why not? I have some onion powder. Why not? Where is the garlic powder? Well, we have this. I'm fine with this. How much? Let's put in like a tablespoon, okay? Why not a little onion powder? It's almost done. When it's ready, it will beep, like give you a bunch of like series of beep. That's when you know it's ready. Shake it up. Oh, by the way, happy Easter, right, mommy? Today is happy Easter Sunday. We don't do anything special here. Mommy didn't have an Easter egg hunt for Anthony.
You didn't want one. I gave him an Easter basket last week.
Yes, Anthony didn't care to do any Easter egg hunt. He stopped caring to do that 2 years ago. I think the last time I took Anthony on an Easter egg hunt was like maybe 3 years ago. Yeah, about 3 years ago with the Anthony Pan. Okay, so it's nicely mixed. I'm gonna toss the wings in here and coat it. Okay. Here we go. It has not beat yet, so there's no way to know if it's ready. But I will be patient and wait for it to beat. Okay. Now just give this a lot of shaking. Normally when you see people making, battered chicken wings, They put in eggs, they put in milk, they put in all kind of wet uh, agent. So, but not me, not me. I don't want that. Because I want, sure, I like a little coating um, for a little crispiness, extra crispiness, but we'll see. We'll see if the potato starch is the secret ingredient. The reason why I also don't like to fry with a batter is that it messed up the oil quicker. Okay, because now after I make this batch, for sure, this afternoon I will have to drain the oil and clean it because it will make a mess of the deep fryer. So that's the other reason. Um, one other thing that I like about making fresh tofu is I like to use lime as a coagulant agent because it just add a really good flavor to the tofu. It's light. It's not. I want to add like between 2 to 3, even more, depend on what I need as far as tablespoon of lime to the mixture. But it gives you just a hint. It's ready. You hear that? The beeping. Here we go. Unplug it. Lift up this contraption. Now, when you come down to making tofu, you want to wash this shortly, okay? Because when it dry, it's really sticky and crusty, okay? So often I give a little rinse right out of the thing. With that little step right there, saved me a lot. And here is the second half of the batch. Now, some people like to use this as well to strain. You don't need to get yourself a good strainer like this with fine mesh. You do this, help it strain quicker, okay? Otherwise, it would take twice as long, trust me. Just move the stuff around, give it 2 or 3 more minutes. Don't cook with temperature gauge, okay? But this is one of the few times that I always use a temperature gauge because for the best result, you want this liquid to be between 170 to 180 degrees, okay, Celsius. You don't want to be too hot, you don't want to be too cool. Somehow that will impact the coagulant process. Okay, let's press it down. Get the last of the milk. Done. Okay. Okay, let's see what the temperature is. It's 150, so I'm gonna turn this up a little bit, just a little bit, okay? Because between the first batch and the second batch, the temperature dropped. Usually when you pour in, you just do one batch, it's right around 180. You have to let it cool down a little bit, okay? But because I did 2 separate batches, the first batch cooled down too much. Just give it a few minutes. Lastly, as far as making homemade tofu, is I love to add roasted sesame seed in it. Trust me, if you had never, if you like sesame, not everybody likes sesame, but if you like sesame, you like the flavor, add, I would say, a tablespoon or more into the mixture, would just add a little nuttiness to the tofu. So here I am adding lime and sesame, toasted sesame seed. It makes the tofu absolutely easy compared to just regular boring tofu. Trust me. If you make homemade tofu, add these 2 things, and you see for yourself, why haven't anybody else do this, right? It's already up to 157, 159, 160. It's quick, okay? We're almost there. I'd like to get to like at least 665, 162, 64. Here we go. 165. Like I said, you don't want to be 170-ish. Alrighty, as far as lime juice. Yes, Patrick, you like sesame. Get a tablespoon. Normally, I don't measure, okay, but for this video, I just want to make sure everything turns out okay. That's 1. 2. Okay. I said I will do 3, but usually I do 2 first. Give the mixture a light stir to mix in the lime juice with the soy milk. Unfortunately, I don't have the camera above to look down, because if I show you right now the mixture, you can see the milk already showing sign that the particle are formulating, clumping together. Okay. Before that, it looked just like regular milk. And just let it be for a few minutes. And then I might add another tablespoon of lime juice in there to make it 3 tablespoons of lime juice. Okay. Looking good already. The deep fry is ready, so calm before. Make sure I shake up all the excess flour on the chicken wing because, like I said, the more flour that will fall into the oil, the more I have to clean later. Okay. Eight, and then half the other half of the second batch. Frying methods, which is double frying, is basically you fry once, you take on my back. I don't know. Yes, the internet dropped off, and anyhow, I will add another tablespoon of the agent. Okay. The internet dropped off, and I will add another tablespoon of there we go. I'm back. Woo. Sorry about that. Nothing to do. Nothing I can do. When the internet say no connection, things went haywire. Okay, looking great. So I have to recap, I have 3 tablespoons of lime juice in here now, okay? I can definitely feel and see a lot of the lumpiness in there. We're almost ready. And now is the time you can add the sesame, okay? How much? I don't even measure this part, okay? I love toasted sesame seeds, so probably a tablespoon. And then give it a good stir, okay? Okay, that's it. Now we are ready to pour it into the mold. Normally you want to let it sit for roughly 20 minutes. And I think it has been about 20 minutes, okay? Let me check on the chicken wing first. Okay, good. I will let the chicken drain for 5 minutes before I do a second frying. Okay, so for now, let it cool down. Oh, this looks so ready. Okay, so between the time that you add the lime and now it's about 20 minutes. Okay, so it is roughly 20 minutes, but you don't have to wait longer than 20 minutes. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's just like between 10 to 20 minutes. That's all you take. You can see it. It become like a really thick moisture. So here we go. Okay, this is where the process is. If you want to close it up, okay, you can put this. You can fold the cheesecloth over it, put this on top, and then put a can of soup or something heavy over the top to press down the tofu, press more liquid outside of the, the tofu to get a firmer piece of tofu. Okay, but I'm not gonna do that. I will show you what it will look like, and I'm gonna run the chat a little bit long than the typical 30 minutes just to show you the result. The chicken wing is going in for the second cooking. Okay, so you can a little piece of tofu, delicious. Already, you can see the tofu forming. Like I said, 2 cups of raw bean will get you a block of tofu slightly larger than what you get at the grocery store. Okay, that you buy in a pre-made container. Then normally it's not a lot of liquid being drained. Okay, so but more than again, a lot less than I thought. Okay, I was worried that when I would drain this over the wok, that it might be too much, but not really. There's no risk of overflowing. Looking good. Thank you, the chicken wing. Look just like the one that we got in the restaurant.
Okay. Like this.
Yeah, it's the coating. Yeah. This is potato sauce. I can't see.
Yeah, dip it in eggs. Or...
some people do it they dip it in eggs. Some typical American they dip them in the milk.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I didn't care to do all that extra stuff. Get the plate. Well, I'm gonna let it sit for 1 more minute, and then unmold it just to see, to show you what it looked like. Okay, and then finish up the chat. 1 more minute. Normally, I will let it sit for an hour. Not long at all. Okay, all you need is 1 hour, and it will be done. Okay, you can eat right away in about an hour. When is the wing ready? I usually don't look at the time. I pay attention to what I hear. When you hear less sizzling sound, that means that there's less moisture in the skin, and you know that's when it's ready. Okay, so it's ready. But that's how I listen to when the chicken wing is ready, or it at the crispiness that I like it to be. There you go. Look at that. You can't really see it, but my goodness. Oh, this is going to be delicious. I can tell already. But before I go, let me show you the tofu. Okay, this is not even 15 minutes. For the purpose of this video, I will rush it through just to show you, okay? I will let it sit here just like this for the next 30 minutes. There you go. Look at that. Ooh, it's hot. It's still hot. Too hot for me to pick it up, that's for sure. But look how beautiful that is. Well, hopefully you can see it. Because it's about this thick, okay? But right there, that's a hunk of tofu. See how quickly that was made? There you go. You can see it better that way. Still steaming hot. And that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Bye-bye.